We just invested $100K in a business that we've never operated before, and I want to tell you the story of how it happened, why we did it, and how we funded it. For the past year, Grant and I have been working with and helping grow different home service businesses across Central Florida through our firm Scale for Sale, and we acquired part of an air duct cleaning business and grew it a whole lot last year. But our goal is to build a diversified portfolio of these home service businesses that are growing like this just year after year.
And that's where Sean comes in. We met him about a year ago when he was running a moving company out of a few trucks. Smart operator, obsessed with growth, constantly testing new ways to get customers. We stayed in touch, we watched him scale, and later in the year, when we pitched him on investing in his moving business, he had a different idea. What if we went after dumpsters and junk removal together?
But you're probably wondering why invest in something like this. I've heard it said before that when you make an investment, you need to bet on the jockey and on the horse. The jockey in this case is Sean, and the horse is the industry and the opportunity that exists in it. The truth is, we just absolutely loved both.
We're gonna explain in a bit what we saw in the industry, but Sean is just a wicked great operator. He genuinely is a money magnet. He knows ads inside and out, he's great at sales, and he's meticulous and an obsessive researcher.
So here's the thing about dumpster rental and junk removal. It's a great business model, but it's trapped in really terrible execution. High margins, recurring revenue, asset-backed cash flow, but most operators of these businesses are really stuck in like 1995.
They don't understand digital marketing at all. Customer service is basically non-existent, and they don't have a good brand. They struggle to grow because they don't have access to the capital to make the big purchases necessary to fuel faster growth.
So we started making calls. Grant and I started calling up every junk removal or dumpster company within 50 miles around us and just acting like customers. We wanted to understand pricing, availability, how they sell, and where the gaps are.
That's about 16 washers and dryers.
I'm so sorry, your voice is breaking up a lot. Can you repeat?
No, I was just saying it's probably like 200 microwaves, but no big deal. So, I don't love to say this. I guess we could handle more loads.
Elaborate on that.
So like, what's the price for half of the truck?
So a half a truck is $399.
$399. Okay, gotcha.
$399.
And then what's the full truck? Like, if I know you said they do it by like there's like 13 different prices, but like let's say I did fill up the full truck. Yeah.
If you were to fill up the whole truck, that would be $629. That's the 440 cubic feet of space I described it first.
I'm getting a couple of quotes right now, trying to get an idea of kind of what pricing looks like, but you guys came in very competitive. It sounds like you guys will do a great job with everything. So what he said is it's 11 feet long and 8 feet wide.
Oh, it's only 11 feet long.
It's 11 feet long. So if we have a 20-foot long truck.
And a 14. 14 is what Sean has.
For the 14, so we have substantially more space to take, which is kind of encouraging in the sense that like, we could say, listen, if you need to fill the whole thing, it's a massive dumpster. It's twice the size of the competition. Mm-hmm. Anybody that you call in town, they're going to quote you $600, $700 for a full truck. That's only half the size of what we can fill. So our pricing is better because of right. So we can play that game, and then technically a full truck, from kind of what I'm guessing here, from what I'm understanding, is a full truck of ours would be somewhere around that $1,200, maybe $1,400 price point. I think we can get away with that. Should I try to be difficult with this guy?
Great day at 1-800.com. Hi, Brian Sudamore, founder of the company.
Hey, Brian. It's Lisa from Legal. Can I jump in for a second?
Of course.
Thanks. I just wanted to let our callers know that calls are being recorded and monitored. We may also call or message you using the number you used to call us to tell you more about our products and services. You can find more info.
Why are they doing a bit?
On our website.
Oh, good call. Thanks, Lisa. And thanks you for calling. If you're calling to have your junk hauled away from your home, press 1. If you're calling to have junk hauled...
That guy likes himself. The owner of the company had to...
Thank you for calling 1-800 Car Junk. My name is Pusat. How can I help you today?
Hi, yes, I'm calling, I'm trying to figure out kind of like the size of the trucks that you guys have, because I just moved into a house in Orlando, and I had a bunch of stuff I need to throw out. I mean, like a lot. Like I did a lot of renovation. I've got like a lot of old stuff that needs to go. So I think I might fill like an entire truck. I'm just trying to figure out kind of what the sizes of the trucks that you guys have are.
So our trucks are 11.5 feet long, 6.5 feet wide, and then 5 feet high. And It can fit 8 refrigerators into it.
Okay, about 8 refrigerators. All right, cool. That's about 16 washers and dryers.
I'm so sorry, your voice is breaking up a lot. Can you repeat that?
No, I was just saying it's probably like 200 microwaves, but no big deal. So yeah, that's a pretty big truck. All right, so what does it cost if I needed to fill, like if I wanted to fill the whole truck, how much would it be?
Sure, I can help you. I can answer all of your questions. So with your phone number, I can see you have booked with us a few years ago. Can you please confirm your name? And you mentioned you just moved out, so can you confirm your name, please?
Yes, my name is Grant. Honestly, I don't remember ever using you guys, but I'm not surprised. I mean, I move a lot, and I got a lot of junk, so.
Let me tell you how we work again and how the pricing works. So our pricing is based on the amount of space your item will take in our truck, so it depends on volume. So we give the pricing as a free estimation upfront on site, where my 2 team members will come, take a look into the items, assess the situation, and give you the pricing. If you like the price, the team can do the removal on the same visit, and they will do all the lifting, loading, and also do a cleanup for you, so you don't have to do anything at all. And if you're not happy with the price or if things does not work accordingly, as mentioned, it's going to be a free estimate. So there is no charge for coming or no obligation. The team will just move forward to the next appointment if you don't like the price. And the price will be valid for 30 days. So in 30 days, anytime, you can schedule appointments with us for removal with the same pricing. So for next Monday and Tuesday, I have both morning and afternoon availabilities. Does any of that work for you?
Yeah, I just wanted to get an idea of pricing though. So like what would it cost if it is like a full truck, for instance? Like let's say I needed to fill the entire truck. I know you said it's by
Yeah,
volume.
because we
but-
might have like a couple.
Yeah, I've got like a
full
lot of
truckloads.
stuff that might have to go.
Yeah, so I can give you some. Yeah, I can give you some example prices here just for your understanding. Just give me a few seconds.
The fact that she can't just spit off the price, like
Not great service.
give me. I mean, she's fine. She's doing a decent job on like the CSR side, but like
Okay, so for small pickups, our pricing is around $180. If your items take a quarter of the truck, that would be around $300. If it takes a half of the truck, that would be around $500 to $600. And if it takes a full truck, then the pricing will be around $700. So the exact
Okay.
pricing and the best pricing can be given by my team members.
Of course.
Once we can see what we're on against and give you a free estimation.
sure. Seems like this is the pricing.
This is the size of the truck that everyone else is using, it seems.
It's interesting because it presents opportunity on the one side. The opportunity is that yeah, we could definitely. I don't love to say this. I guess we could handle more loads.
Elaborate on that.
We could take more loads.
Say it, please, 5 different ways so that I can understand. I'm just trying to wrap my head around the concept here, so I'd
We
say
could like take a
say-
lot of load. We could take the biggest load that we could handle.
from the front or the back.
Well, it depends. If you're loading it from the back, it's probably a little bit easier. I mean, because you're just kind of throwing it up there. You know, from the front, you gotta. Well, you know, it's just more difficult.
The turnaround time to get another load in is probably longer if you take it from the back. Though.
Depends. It could be faster. depends on how things are going. Depends on how many guys there are.
That's true.
If there's like 4 guys, I think you can fill it from the back a lot faster.
So stupid.
But I think there presents opportunity on the one side because you have a lot more space, so you can fill a lot more of it. But the other end of it is that the customer might not understand the difference in the size, and you might also find yourself in a position where the guys that are like taking the stuff to the truck back and forth are like, it's not as easy to finagle because, like, for instance, getting a mattress, like, do they have to? I don't know. I'm not sure. These are questions we need to answer, though. I don't think Sean picked the size of truck that he picked for no reason. There's more business in the dumpsters. And then there's like some in the junk removal. I don't know.
What we found was exactly what Sean suspected. Massive demand, inconsistent service, and operators who had no idea how to scale much beyond word of mouth.
John, what's up, man?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Brody and I are sitting here in the studio working over some stuff for the business. And yeah, I wanted to touch base with you really quickly because I made some calls to our competition in the area. A lot of these guys have much smaller trucks. I wanted to get your thinking on like why the bigger truck, what's the approach and the pricing strategy there?
The thing with the 20-foot truck is we can pull 20-foot dumpsters, and then we can also pull ones that are much shorter than that. So we can still drop off 14 foot, 16 foot. We'll still have that range of dumpsters that we can pick and drop off.
Gotcha.
Now, I think so. If I know College Hunks, they have a division that does junk. I think 2 Men in a Truck has one now as well, and they all run those smaller trucks. And I think the main reason for that is that it's not the core of their business. It's kind of like an add-on.
Yeah.
But for what we are anticipating to get into, I think it's much better to have the equipment that could facilitate both.
Sure.
So, we can pick up a 20-foot dumpster with that truck, and we can also service, a much smaller dumpster as well.
Yeah.
We're going to need smaller dumpsters when we're dropping them off in front of someone's driveway. But we'd have a truck that can do both. We wouldn't be limited to only being able to drop off, 10-foot, 14-foot dumpsters, because then how many trips would we have to make if we had a client that, we were loading up building material, which that's really where we want to be. And so just being able to service everyone would just be a much better
No, that makes total sense.
So the math was pretty simple. A roll-off truck for dumpster rental was going to run us about 60 to 80 grand. It's going to be another 5 to 15K to get the dumpsters that we needed to get started. And then the first few months of ad spend and working capital was probably going to be another, couple thousand. So it's going to be about 100K or so in total just to get this thing started. Pretty cool update to this whole thing that we've been doing. So this is the first time I feel like I'm actually using my finance major since I graduated college, but it's pretty cool. So I want to explain to you guys how we're making this investment in this business, because this is a strategy that I am using for the first time. And it's something I always kind of knew that stuff was out there like this, but I never really knew how it worked or what to do with it. And just the opportunity came along and my financial advisor helped me work it out. So right here, see all the little sign here things. I've got a fat stack of documents for an S block that I'm getting. So an S block is a securities-backed line of credit, just like getting a HELOC on a house where it's a home equity line of credit. All it means is that you have securities, otherwise known as stocks, equities, investments that you have in the market, and you're getting a line of credit that uses them as collateral. So why is this important, and why does this why does this give me so much buying power? What I'm essentially able to do is I'm able to get a loan against my own assets. So I have money in investment accounts that are in the stock market that are continuing to grow, and they've done really well this year, which is awesome. And they're well diversified across a lot of different holdings, all kinds of different stuff that just really doesn't put all my risk in one area. So it's grown a lot this year. And the great thing is I want them to keep growing. I don't want to take that money out to make an investment because it's doing well. So with this strategy, using this S block I'm about to get, I actually don't have to take my money out of the market at all. I just get a line of credit that I have to pay back with interest that's using it as collateral. So I basically am getting a 7% interest only loan over the course of 5 years. So I have 5 years to pay back the full loan amount. And full transparency, for this investment I'm making, I could have made it in cash if I sold these securities. That's why I feel good about this, is I'm essentially I'm in a position where, worst case scenario, I can sell these securities, make this investment in cash, and my business partner is sharing that risk with me with the way that we've signed our agreement. But I don't want to. It just doesn't make good business sense. What I would much rather do is have that line of credit out there, not take any of my investments out, not stop them from growing and earning interest in the market and increasing in value. I don't ever want to take those out. What I would rather do is just use those to be able to create a stream of cash flow through this business investment, and then use part of the cash flow to pay back that interest. So my interest payment, basically my interest only payment, is going to work out to somewhere between $500 and $700 a month. And that interest payment, I can choose to pay a little bit more of the principal every month too. I can start slowly just paying that principal down and kind of create like a plan over the course of the 5 years. If we get like a huge pop of cash from the business, all of a sudden I could make a little bit bigger principal payment just randomly whenever I want to. And every time I decrease that principal, I actually decrease the interest payment that I have to pay every month. I have to at least pay the interest payment. But I can also just spread that out over the full 5 years and have this really low interest payment that I'm making every month for a while, and just chip away at the principal slowly, decrease that interest payment. But the value of that is I'm actually going to be using the cash flow that the business creates to pay that off. So at no point am I actually coming out of pocket for cash. The only reason I'm able to do this is because I've invested well. It's really not me making the calls. It's a financial advisor that helps make these allocations for me and has helped grow my investments. But I'm consistently putting money into these investment accounts and growing it. And then I can take that out and actually repurpose it to create this extra stream of income. And guys, I'm not by any means ultra wealthy. I just have a little bit of a nest egg that I've built for myself. This is the first time I'm really in a position to be able to do something like this. But these are the types of strategies that the ultra wealthy use. They literally don't risk their cash. I mean, in a certain sense, there's definitely risk to this, but they don't risk their cash straight up like this. They just get something like this where they get a line of credit that they can use and they can pay back over time. But they do it in a way where their investment is creating enough cash flow to pay for that payment that they have to make towards the line of credit and more, so that it continues to make them profit, all the while usually building equity in whatever they're doing. Because as soon as we make this investment in this business and we keep it growing and creating cash flow, I'm building equity in that business as well. So if later down the road we sold that whole business, I can sell that for a big pop of cash as well, or structure some kind of interest payments over time. And so it creates this great situation where like wealth can compound and build more wealth. So I'm super excited about it. Got the loan docs right here, and gonna start filling them out, and hopefully come, in the next week and a half or two, I'm going and purchasing this truck and actually moving on it. So I'm super excited, and I'll see you on the next part of this video. Today we are at DeBerry Truck Sales. We got a bunch of commercial vehicles out here that we're looking at. Specifically, we are looking at that cable roll-off and that one over there with the hood opened up, and hoping to kind of learn what kind of offer needs to be made today so that we can beat them up on the price a little bit. This is where, like, this step, we do not want to rush here. We want to make sure we buy the right truck, because if we buy wrong and we buy too high, then we're going to end up with more payment every month than we really want to have. But we got a really key piece of intel from the sales guy just now. He said, rather than trying to say what's your best price, he said it's in your best interest to just make an offer and see if they go for it, and kind of let them know like where they need to be for the negotiations. So the two trucks that we're looking at, one is about $75,000, one's about $62,000. So it's a pretty big price difference. We want that one over there. That one's a little bit bigger. It's they're both really like the same body and same setup, similar engine and everything. But the big difference is that that one's rated for a little bit more, they're rated for the same amount of weight too. But that one, the bigger one that I was looking at, just seems a little bit sturdier, and like it could probably be upgraded easier and handle more in the future. And then the smaller one it's got smaller wheels, a smaller frame and everything like that. So we're gonna try to see if we can set up a negotiation to try to get the one that's $75,000 for more like $60,000, $65,000, something like that, and see if they go for it, because that would be a game changer and leave us a lot more room to invest more in the actual dumpsters, the ad spend, and the stuff that's going to make us more money.
We found what we needed at DeBerry Truck Sales, an M2 Freightliner with low miles and a clean maintenance record. We brought our mechanic out to check the hydraulics, the engine, the whole setup. Everything looked really good, but here's what made the decision this easy. we're not betting on the dumpster business. We're betting on Sean's ability to execute and our ability to bring systems, capital, sales execution, and marketing that this industry has never seen before.
Obviously, if there was some damage to it, I know what you're saying about maybe the engine wasn't damaged, but he seemed to call out there may have been an issue with the fan. Like, there were some issues with it. It wasn't firing up quite as fast.
I mean, if he has any issues, we can definitely look into it and have our mechanic, look, and if there's anything that he finds, he'll fix it.
Sure. Yeah, because that one's honestly more like in the budget range that we're hoping to be at, but I just think that with the way that it looks like it's clearly been through some issues. I'm kind of like trying to figure out what to do because that's more where we want to see ourselves at. That's kind of my thinking here is like, when they looked at everything, they said the other truck, the bigger truck, looks like it's in much better condition. Mm-hmm. And so if you're going to do something, like we would recommend you go with the bigger truck. But we weren't prepared to spend that kind of money.
Yeah.
I'm not a diesel mechanic. I don't know shit when it comes to that stuff. That's why I paid someone to come out and take a look at it. Right. Trust the word of the people that this is kind of what they do. So he just kind of told us, hey, I would steer clear of that one. And I'm like, okay. And then he goes, but the bigger truck, he goes, that truck's in great condition. He's like, this looks like a really solid vehicle. If you guys are going to go for it, that's what we go for. So, again, it's kind of out of the price range. So I guess, I know you said some of the costs are negotiable. Would they entertain an offer on the bigger truck like that?
Yeah, you can make an offer.
Yeah, I made an offer of, we said 62 for the bigger one.
Yeah, they won't come down that much.
No?
Yeah, that's like 12 grand.
Right.
Yeah, they for sure won't come down that much.
Gotcha.
I mean, I can take whatever offer you want.
Yeah,
at least, but I know that they'll just say no right off the bat. But I can let you know what they come back with.
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind.
We still have some shopping to do.
Yeah, we're going to look at a few different options for the truck because the thing for us is this is a new business that's getting started.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so we want to make sure that the first truck that we get,
we leave room to be able to make money.
Right, make some sense on it. And so I want to, of what was here on the lot for us, he's like, if you're going to do it, this is really the best bet. But we just weren't prepared to kind of come up that high. So if you at least make the offer to them and say, hey, listen, we're willing to take it. At least explore where that goes, and if it doesn't work, then no worries, we can keep shopping.
Exactly. Yeah, I'll do that.
We're kind of thinking budget-wise, like we might have to get a warranty too that we hadn't necessarily planned on to, so it's all kind of factoring into it. So
and I'll give the boss is not here, but I'll have an answer for you this afternoon.
Okay.
And he's pretty cool. I mean, he'll let me know what it is. He won't go back and forth and all that.
He'll let you know where they're at.
Yeah, he'll say this is the best I can do, and pretty much nothing will change his mind from there. That's just how he is,
Old school.
But it'll be the best they can do for sure.
I don't know if you guys can take that to total 360 either and beat them up on.
That's a great point. I don't know how you.
Yeah, this is our cost on. We don't. You mean like to negotiate the price on the warranty?
Yeah, I don't know if the warranty can be considered in the conversation.
Because we have to. The way we have to think of it, we have to think of like what are we going to spend on the truck and
right.
Together.
Well, I'll find out about the limits for you, and I'll ask the question about the warranty. But I know they have a markup. This is what we pay is what we. It's just
a program, right?
Sure. It's just like us doing all the DMV work for you. Everything is cost from the DMV. None of that stuff is marked up.
You should try marking it up.
No.
That's our offer as of right now. Obviously, we're going to do some more shopping. Talk with him a little bit. Let us know kind of where the wiggle room is at, and we'll be in contact.
As soon as I hear from him, give me an hour or so.
Okay.
Sounds good.
I'll have some information.
Awesome. Now that we got that offer out there, obviously it's a low ball offer. They're probably not going to go for that, but we wanted to anchor down low because he told us just make an offer and they'll come back with the bottom line of what they could actually do. That's just how they'll do it. And so we went lower than we thought they would actually go, but we've got some wiggle room. And now we'll just wait to see what they say and if they'll go for it, and hopefully get an update by the end of the week and move forward on it. I'm here at DeBerry Truck Sales. We were here the other day too, but now something's a little bit different. Sean, tell them what's different.
So we finally picked up this bad boy. We got a roll-off truck. It's a cable style. So we'll definitely be able to ramp up, our dumpster rental business as well as our junk removal. So this is the start to great things, man. This is the first one. I'm sure we'll be back for some more. So just stay tuned.
They still got another one over. Actually, it looks like they moved the other one.
They moved it to where this one was.
Oh yeah, they've got another one over there that we were looking at too, but this one was just better and a little bit more of what we needed. But this is the guy right here. About to drive it back to the facility right now. First driving, Sean's ready. He's got it powered up, and we'll see how it goes. Look at that cable. Thing is ready to go. Here we go. Taking it back. Taking it back. We got the Dolphin moving over there and the soon-to-be Dolphin dumps right here. Now that we're here, tell us what we're looking at a little bit. What are you holding on to there?
So there's a couple different styles of dumpsters. You got cable, you got hook. but where the part that you actually connect to kind of varies depending on the dumpster you buy. So this one, the dumpsters we're looking for has like a hook that's like right in the center of the dumpster, and this thing just goes right over it. And then from there, we can just kind of back this up until we're like angled at the
And
wheels.
that cable
Pull it
right
right
there
up.
just wenches it right up onto this whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
But this isn't just about buying trucks and renting dumpsters. It's really about providing a model that we can replicate across different markets. If we can take Sean and this model from $0 to $50,000 or $100,000 a month in the first few months doing dumpster rental and junk removal in Central Florida, we could probably do that in Tampa, Jacksonville, all over Florida, really anywhere where there's construction and demand and renovation happening.
The equipment becomes an asset on our balance sheet. The cash flow funds expansion. The systems we build become templates for the next market. And Sean and us have equity in something that could become a regional operation instead of just another local service business.
Let me just tell you about my morning a little bit because it's been wild. We flipped on AI, voice, and text over the last couple weeks for 2 of our 4 company holdings. We turned on AI for Dolphin Dumpsters and Duck Dynasty really over the last couple weeks, and it's going really well. For Dolphin Dumpsters and junk removal, it's, like I said, it's new, so we didn't have ads turned on fully until like 4 days ago, and they really got up and running over the weekend. We had like 7 or 8 leads come through just over the course of like yesterday and this morning, maybe 10 as of this morning. So the leads are coming through like crazy. We're getting them for like $10 to $20 per lead. Anywhere from like $10 to $20 per lead through a combination of Google PPC and Google local services ads. Also doing some Thumbtack where we're getting them a little bit more, between 25 and 30 bucks. And AI is really helping kind of triage these. So AI is taking the initial consultation, taking the initial call and kind of screening it a little bit. And then if they ask for a person, it's forwarding them over. So I think we've got like literally 4 or 5 dumpster rentals that have happened just from the last couple days. So we're off to a really, really strong start.
3 weeks in, we've got AI handling the phone calls, Google Ads pulling qualified leads, and Sean's team running a couple deliveries a day. Early numbers look exactly like what we hoped and modeled.
A lot to be excited about. God is great, and he's really pulling through and making it happen for us. And this is what building a portfolio actually looks like for us. It's not just buying businesses, but sometimes creating them through joint ventures like this, where the opportunity is obvious, the operators are ready, and there's a gap that we can find between what the industry could be and what it's actually looking like right now.
We're documenting all of this as it happens. The decisions, the mistakes, the wins, the real numbers. If you want to see how this plays out over the next year, hit subscribe so you can stay tuned. No promises about what will happen, but it'll at least be an honest view of how things are and how they're going and what we're learning as we grow this thing.
But thanks for tuning into this one, and we'll see you on the next video.